Greetings, zombophiles and necrophiliacs. This is Scott, your friendly neighborhood zombie guru, and I'm here with a special vlog today to address the to be or not to be question that Charlotte Velma has put forth of what constitutes a real zombie. I've read, reread, and triple reread everything that's on this page, and while I do believe that with one exception she did get everything right about the Romero zombies, that plague was started by radiation from a returning Venus probe all the way back in the original Night of the Living Dead, and it was actually the radiation level was growing exponentially as the movie progressed, if you listen to the news reports. And this was what caused the Romero outbreak, because they said as long as that radiation high level existed, bodies would continue returning to life. It did not require any kind of bite to initiate. Anybody that dies becomes a zombie in that. Now, with viral infection, yes, it would require a bite or something similar. Kind of like the Dawn of the Dead remake, which was not Romero authorized, but, well, it was authorized, but he had no creative control with that film. Yes, that required being bitten, scratched, some kind of fluidic transfer. I do not agree and will not agree with what she's calling crack zombies on so many different levels that, okay, it says, can either be alive or dead when the infection takes hold. Only infects live subjects. When a subject dies, watch 28 days, 28 weeks, hell, wait a couple of weeks and you probably see 28 months later. Watch the movies. When they die, they're dead. They do not reanimate. They are not zombies any more than a lesser-known George Romero movie, The Crazies, which came out back in the early 70s and was just very recently remade. Watch The Crazies. They are not zombies. They're the same thing as the 28 Days Later, which Romero did a hell of a long time before Danny Boyle was born. It's the same thing. They are not zombies. They are the infected. They are not zombies. Yes, they get zombie with the flesh, but they're not killing to consume. They're simply killing to kill. And that's the difference. She has also said on here that after death, the infected, or after death while infected, the host crack zombie continues to act as it did before death and still infected. Sorry, wrong. Go back and watch the movies again. Doesn't happen. There is no reanimation in those movies whatsoever. They are not zombies. They are a mob of hyperactive killers that will use anything, including their teeth, to kill, but they are not zombies. They're not consuming the flesh. With regards to what Casey put forth, the gist of it seems reasonable to an extent, but they're not going to be like Bruce Jenner or some mess like that out just running the 100-meter dash trying to get somebody. If you remember back in Night of the Living Dead, they did move fairly quick. They were capable of moving. Some of them more than others. All of them? Hell no. The thing about the adrenaline release, I believe was, I don't know if that came from Casey or from Velma, but the adrenal system is just as dead as the lymphatic system, as is every other system in a zombie's body. That may hold true for the rage virus zombies, but not for a dead reanimate. It would not work because those systems do not actively function after reanimation. Access Walking Dead, Episode 6, Test Subject 19, I think it was. It shows what reanimates the body, and it's only the brainstem and the immediate synapses around the brainstem that reactivate. No other system in the body reactivates, and it's only enough to give it basic primal function, what Romero himself called pure motorized instinct. That's all the zombie is. The zombie will be no stronger after rigor mortis. Watch Deadliest Warrior, Vampires versus Zombies, tells it like it is. The zombie uses its full body strength, which is, I believe, in Deadliest Warrior, they said 6 times the strength of a live human strongman, because the human body has its own fail-safes. Pain tells you when you need to stop using your strength. Otherwise, the body would be a hell of a lot stronger than it is, but we would tear ourselves to pieces accomplishing what we're trying to do. The zombie has no such restriction. See Deadliest Warrior, episode 12 of season 3. That is, episode 10 of season 3. That is Vampires versus Zombies, and it will give you the biological fact by an emergency room physician and several other panel members that will go into this a lot more in detail, because I really don't think I have the bandwidth to send an entire explanation to the site here. But with regards to the rigor mortis breaking out, yeah, it does eventually happen. And they do move quicker, but they do not move like hyperactive crackheads. It wouldn't work. And I'm sorry, nothing can convince. By the way, I did get a kick, however, out of Goma's idea that when the rigor mortis releases, all the gas releases from the body. That's not actually. I used to have a friend that was a mortician. You'll think I have a morbid sense of humor. You should have met him. But the gas expulsion from the body happens during rigor mortis, when it's first setting in, because it's all the muscles stiffening up, squeezes the gas out of the system. And that's when that and final excrement and all the other wonderful things happen that I'm really going to go to my happy place now and forget about. But it doesn't happen after the rigor mortis breaks out, I'm afraid. Strike 2, 3, 4, something, I don't know. It was a cute pun, though, about it gaining its second win. I'll give you that. The super crack zombies in reanimates, bottom line, wouldn't exist. Again, I would say see Deadliest Warrior, episode 10, season 3, and they will explain it far better than I have time to on here. But it's an interesting debate. I would like to recommend, and I think I'm going to review today, George Romero's The Crazies, but I'll do the old version. Actually, I'll probably compare the old and the new, because there's really not that much difference in them. He didn't change it like he did Night of the Living Dead. For those that haven't seen the Night of the Living Dead remake, Barbara is not exactly the screamy little cow. And I'll leave it at that. Watch it if you haven't seen it. It's good. You can tell Romero made it without Jack Russo's input. Jack Russo was what made Barbara the typical 60s, 50s femme fatale, screaming and fainting and standard stuff for that period. I guess that concludes everything I have to say on this, because there's really not much more you can say. The crack zombies, the rage virus, infected, whatever you want to call them, they're not zombies. That's all I can say. Peace. Stay dead, and have a great one.